Good morning, everybody. This is C. Ankit Kumar Jain, your IDT Mind Mapper. Welcome to the third podcast session for this quick revision, Bazooka revision. So, today, what we're going to understand is the concept of supply, which is given under section 7, right? So, section 7 explains us the scope of supply and which is the taxable event under GST law, correct? So, once you read this section 7, you will have to read first section 7, subsection 1, which includes activities to be considered as supply, whether that activity is for consideration or without consideration. If you are doing certain activities without consideration, then that has to be read with activities in schedule along with activities mentioned in schedule number 1, correct? So section 7 subsection 1 talks about supply. Scope of supply includes activities to be considered as supply. कौन सी activity supply होगी if it is for a consideration and if it is for without consideration. If it is for without consideration, then you have to refer to activities mentioned in schedule number 1, correct? So whenever you have any activities which is without consideration, by default you jump to schedule number 1, correct? Then once you identify that whether this particular activity is a supply or not, then whether it is supply of goods or supply of services, that has been given in section 7 1a, that is schedule number 2, which will help us to identify whether supply is of goods or of services. Clear? Now once you identify what is scope of supply, that means certain activities that will include in the supply, and we've also identified that whether that particular supply is going to be called a supply of goods or services. We have certain exclusions also, which has been given in section 7 subsection 2, which states that 7.2a states that certain activities will neither be called as supply of goods nor be called as supply of services, which has been given specifically in schedule number 3, that is the negative list. Also we can consider that, correct? So 7.1 ने हमको ये बताया कि certain activities will be supply or not. 7.1a ने हमको ये समझाया that 7.1a will explain us that whatever activities we say it is supply as per section 7.1, but whether it is supply of goods or supply of services is provided as per section 7.1a. And 7.2 explains us certain exclusion. 7.2a explains us certain activities which will be treated neither as supply of goods nor as supply of services, and for that we have to jump to schedule number 3. And 7.2b speaks about activities undertaken by central government, state government or local authorities. Certain activities are excluded from the scope of supply, correct? Then section 7.3 explains us that the government on the recommendation of council can notify certain transaction to be called as supply of goods and not supply of services, and as well as vice versa, that is supply of services and not supply of goods, correct? So this is the gist what we have to understand when we discuss about this chapter, section 7, scope of supply. So let us go one by one and understand each of these subsections in detail. So first we will start with section 7.1, which says that activities to be considered as supply if it is for consideration. So if it is for consideration, we straight away jump to section 7.1a. That means it states that activities to be considered as supply if for a consideration. That means all forms of activities like sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, disposal, that means activities of both goods and services or both, right? Now for which the forms of supply activities, all forms of supply of goods or services or both made or agreed to be made. That means कोई भी गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज की जो फॉर्म्स हैं सप्लाई की, आइदर दे हैव बीन मेड और दे हैव बीन एग्रीड टू बी मेड, दैट मीन्स फॉर विच यू हैव रिसीव्ड एन एडवांस in the course or furtherance of business, right? Very important is it should be in the course or furtherance of business, and in business means includes in connection with or incidental or ancillary to business. Example, gold jewelry, motor car, that can be business as well as personal both. So we have to understand whether a particular transaction is a business transaction or it is a personal transaction, which will help us identify that whether that particular form of supply is for consideration or for without consideration, correct? So when we read section 7.1, let us quickly recap section 7.1a. All forms of supply of goods and services or both मेड और एग्रीड टू बी मेड, हम जिस तरह के फॉर्म्स ऑफ सप्लाई हैं उसको या तो हमने प्रोवाइड कर दिया है या फिर वी आर एग्रीइंग टू बी प्रोवाइडिंग इन द कोर्स और फर्दरेंस ऑफ बिजनेस, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज that is if it is for consideration then it will be coming under section 7(1)(a), correct? So once we understand this, supply can be, we know that this supply can be interstate or intrastate. Transaction without consideration doesn't constitute supply except schedule 1. So whenever you have transaction without consideration you have to straightforward jump to schedule 1. अगर schedule 1 के अंदर वो transaction mentioned है then only they will be forming part of the scope of supply. Other than that they are not forming part of the scope of supply. Consideration can be monetary or non-monetary both. Course of business, that is from supplier's point of view we will be always seeing. Sale of scrap of business is also a supply because that scrap has been generated in the business itself. Refundable deposit, not a consideration because this is not a consideration, this have to be refunded back. Adjustable or non-refundable deposit is a consideration. Certain deposits which are non-refundable or which has to be adjusted against the rent will be understood as a consideration. Subsidy from the central government, central government or the state government is not a consideration, but subsidy from foreign government or others will be classified as consideration. Consideration can be given by recipient himself or anyone on behalf of the recipient. Transactions can be cross supply also. Sale of alcohol, liquor for human consumption, petrol, diesel, etc. is a supply, but it is not a taxable supply, which we'll be discussing more in detail. GST is levied only on taxable supplies including nil rated and wholly exempt supply, but GST is not payable on nil rated and exempt supply. Anything which is neither goods nor services, that is money, securities, not a supply at all. Section 7 talks about supply. Section 9 talks about levy equal to GST applicable, that is taxable supplies made by taxable person or received under RCM under section 9(5), that is e-commerce operator, if applicable then only GST would be levied. Voluntary act, not a supply as not for consideration at all. Donation, not a consideration for supply. Free seminar entry, that is no consideration, hence not a supply. Alimony, gift, pocket money, lifetime achievement awards, Nobel Prize, taxes, etc. not a consideration for supply at all. Bad debts, GST would be applicable. Sale, barter, exchange on second hand goods by a household person not in the course or furtherance of business, hence it is not a supply, correct? So basically section 7(1)(a) क्या बोलता है, all forms of supply of goods and services of both made or agreed to be made in the course or furtherance of business is going to be called as included in the concept of supply if it is for consideration. If it is for without consideration then you have to straight away jump to what, schedule number 1, right? That is 7(1), that has to be understood, correct? Now 7(1)(b) explains us import of services, right? So first of foremost thing हमने ये देखा, supply of goods which is happening within India only or services which is happening within India only. Now in case of import of services, import of goods तो कहाँ cover होगा, customs के अंदर cover होगा. So specifically import of services has been included when you are reading the scope of supply. 7(1)(b) speaks about activities to be considered as supply if for consideration and if it is import of services, that means business है, example location of supplier is outside India and location of recipient in India, then place of supply would be in India. So if you are importing services for business or for non-business, that is interior designing from abroad, that will be taxable in the hands of recipient as an importer RCM, right? So पहला चीज हमने ये देखा, all from the supply of goods and services made or agreed to be made in the course or furtherance of business. Second, what we saw is that import of services whether for business or for non-business purposes, if it is for consideration then it will be included in the scope of supply, correct everybody? So this is what is there as far as section 7(1)(a) and 7(1)(b) is there, that is supply if it is for consideration.